everyone. This is Mrs. Meilenberg, and because I can't get around to all of the different advisory classes today, this is the easiest way to kind of get to all of you and explain the career education credit that you need to earn while you are in high school. I think we talked about this a little bit when we went into your English classes to introduce ourselves. But the career education credit that is a high school graduation requirement is a little bit different from any of the other credits that you are going to earn in high school because it isn't attached to a specific class. I am technically the teacher for that class, and I grant you all credit at the end of each year in high school. I guess I'm technically the teacher of your class. I oversee that all. And so you earn 0.125 of that credit each year. And so I just wanted to make sure that you know what that entails and to kind of let you know what will be expected of you this year. Hopefully, I like to think of these things as fun because they are really related to you and your pathway and what you plan on doing after school and when you are in charge of your own life. And making your own choices about what you're going to do with your life. So I think those are kind of fun things to talk about. So hopefully you will think so too. So as you can see on the screen, this just kind of talks about the career education credit. There are 4 different elements of it. So the first one is that you develop a 4-year plan, and there will be a document in Canvas. I'm revising that right now, so I put this little asterisk down here. But basically, all of the activities that you are doing this year, including things like forecasting and that kind of stuff, will go into that 4-year plan, and then it will be assigned back to you in Canvas every year throughout high school, and then you'll turn it in when you are a senior, and that will be one of the final things that you do. So classroom activities correlate with that. We'll do those in advisory, and I'm hoping to get into your IB seminar classes to do some of these assignments as well. So you may have heard at some of the other comprehensive high schools that they have something called like a senior project or extended application. Here at ISB, we don't want to add another project onto a pretty rigorous academic program, and so we count your extended essay, and I guess I should write extended essay there. Extended essay as your senior project here at that school. And so that's something that you'll do if you stay the full 4 years and you do the diploma program. That is part of the diploma program, and it's a research paper that you write and you turn in as part of your IB diploma. And so it's nothing that you have to worry about right now. And then you have to provide evidence of current performance in the following areas: personal management, problem solving, communication, teamwork, employment foundations, and career development. And so we do that through behavior targets, and then again through this career education quote unquote class that you take all 4 years of high school. We work on some of those things as well. And then finally, you have to do 4 career-related learning experiences, which we affectionately call CURLEs. And so you can do those through the opportunities that we offer at the school, or you can do those on your own. And so some students, if they get a job, that can count as a CURLE, and so they just put that in there. So for 9th grade, you have to do a career conversation, and I'll go over that in just a second. In 10th grade, you are provided opportunities through the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce, and those are things like job shadows, career spotlight events, things where you get to meet with people in the field who are working in careers that interest you. 9th graders technically are allowed to do them, but they prefer 10th graders. So right now I advertise them to 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. But if you come across one of those that you want to do, just let me know, and I can. You can go to their website and you can see what is being offered there. And if you take the initiative to do that, then I can help you sign up. In 11th grade, you have several opportunities for a Curly that is just provided for you. You are required to do a mock interview. We take all juniors to the college fair that's in downtown Portland. We're taking this year's juniors in just a couple weeks. And then again, there are opportunities for Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce, and including a thing called an ELA, which is an experiential learning opportunity. It's kind of an internship, but they aren't allowed to call it that. And they're fun things like ambulance ride-alongs or police ride-alongs, or they'll hook you up with a dentist, and you talk to them about what you're going to do. But it's 15 hours of work of kind of job shadowing in a field of your interest. And that same thing is available to you in 12th grade as well. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, the career education credit. So last year we started moving toward using Canvas a little bit more for the career education credit. So if you log on to your Canvas account and you see all your classes, I have all the classes that I'm in charge of. You should have a class that says ISB grade 9, and I haven't updated your fun picture, but I will. And so this is where you will find the information you need for your career education credit, as well as a bunch of other things. So this is kind of a catch-all class where you can access information for the school. If you click on this, it will take you to this home page, and you'll have information in here. We'll upload things in here throughout the year. I need to publish this page. It's now published. So you can click on this college and career link, and it will take you to this page that tells you about the college and career education requirements. And so there are 2 assignments that are linked right now. Again, I have that 4-year plan, but it's not going to be a difficult thing to fill out. I will get that up and running soon. But this first assignment is an interest inventory reflection assignment. And so for this one, you're just basically going to take an interest inventory and talk about what it says about you. So on this first one, if you guys were here at ISB in middle school, you probably have already done an interest inventory. And that was probably through CIS, and so this is the CIS website, and I'll go over that in just a second. Back here, if you click on this link that says the interest profiler, or finding the interest profiler can be found here. If you click on that, it will take you to this page, and this kind of just walks you through how to log on to CIS and how to get to the interest profiler. And then you go in, once you're in the interest profiler, you're basically clicking whether you, like it says, build kitchen cabinets. Even if you haven't done that, if you think that's something that you would like, then click on like. If you're not sure, click on unsure. And then if you definitely think you wouldn't like that, click on dislike. And there are 180 questions. It says it takes 20 minutes to complete. I feel like kids get done a lot quicker than that. But when you get done, it gives you a career cluster inventory. So it basically tells you the career clusters that match your interests that you marked. And so once you click on that, if you click on the top career cluster, you get to another page that kind of tells you more about that cluster, and you can also see specific jobs that are related to the career cluster, and you can also watch videos about those careers and things like that. So if you haven't done the CIS, the Career Information Systems one that we have access to, then I recommend that you do that if you did not do it in middle school. And even if you did it in middle school, if you just want to kind of see how you've changed over time, then feel free to do that. But I also have listed two other stops or two other interest inventories that you could do if you kind of want to see the difference and see if you get something different when you take a different type of interest inventory. And so those are linked in there too. And then the first assignment that you just have to do is answer this question, and on your side it will give you a box that will allow you to answer it. But so what career paths did you see in these assessments that what career paths did these assessments say are best suited for you? And then do you agree or disagree with this? Why or why not? And what next steps could you take to learn more about this or these careers if there was a couple of them that were pretty high? And so that's pretty straightforward. And so you need to answer that. And then the next assignment, so we'll go back to that page. Let's see. I'll just go back here. The next assignment is your 9th grade Curly, which is a career conversation. And so the career conversation, ideally, you would do this, you would be able to interview or have a conversation with someone in a career that you are interested in. And I know that might not be possible for all of you. If you're having a hard time finding someone, feel free to talk to me, and I'll try my best to hook you up with someone who you could talk to about that career. But if you really, at the end of the day, just want to interview an adult in your life that has a career that mildly, at least, interests you, then that's fine too. And so these are kind of the questions, and you don't have to ask them every single one of these questions, but the main things that you're asking them is, the first is ask them to tell you their story. How did they end up in the job or career that they're in? Have them explain what their job is like, what it kind of is like on day to day and over time. What their work environment is like. Do they work with other people? Do they work alone? Do they work outside? Do they work inside? Is it seasonal? Those kind of things. And then the last question is, where do I go from here? Is there someone else or another opportunity that they know about that could help you explore that career more? And so that's just your conversation. And then down here below is a link to a Google Doc, and I believe you'll be able to just write right in here, and then you could submit it on your side. And you answer these questions. So you're basically summarizing what you learned through your career conversation. And I'm hoping that we'll have a chance to go over these at some time, either in advisory or IB seminar, if we can come into IB seminar, and kind of talk about what you learned in these career conversations. So to go over the due dates for these, technically they just need to be done by the end of the year. But because I'd like to talk about these in class sometime, I have put due dates on these. So I think the first one I put for November, and then the career conversations I did for February. So December 14th for the interest inventory, and then February 28th for the career conversation. So that gives you plenty of time. Although if you are in advisory and you don't have anything to do, make sure that these are things that you could at least be working on or thinking about. And you can always go to CIS. People kind of have a love-hate relationship with CIS because they feel like they need to update it a little bit more to make it 2018-19 appropriate, but it does have a lot of really good information on here. In these Explore tabs, there's also a short interest profile that you can do. You can do the skills where it talks about the different skills you have and what careers that might relate to. There's also the work importance locator talks, I think, more about the environment that you would like to work in. And then You have your learning styles. You can find out your learning styles, or if you have employability skills, which those are really interesting too. And so it gives you lots of different information. Those are kind of the assessments. There's also occupations where you can explore different occupations. You can do a reality check where you see if and I think most of you who were here did this in middle school, but you can look at the lifestyle that you want to have and whether that matches with the careers that you're interested in. You can compare different occupations. So that's kind of fun. You can also explore schools and colleges that offer the different careers the majors that lead to the careers you're interested in. And then look at all sorts of different, we spend a lot of time talking about four-year colleges around here, but there's lots of different paths to lots of different careers that don't always mean four-year college. So you can also look at different training programs and trade schools and things like that in the education section. And then you can even do a job search if you want here too, and talk about employment. And then we aren't going to require the completing certain tasks. This is going to become more of a tool than a requirement. But if you want to save any of your information, you can save it in here, and that's a really nice place to do that. Oh, one other thing I want to mention, I always forget to point this out, but this Learning Express, you can take practice tests for the PSAT and SAT and ACT and all of that kind of stuff. They have all sorts of information on here that you can connect to for free through your CIS link. And so there's lots of good information on there. I think that is just about it. You have the rest of the advisory today for AT if you need it. But if you want to get started on this, definitely log into CIS and look at, do that interest profiler and look at what is available to you through there and start getting to work on completing some of these requirements for career education. As always, if you need anything from me, Mrs. Meilenberg, I am more than happy to help you guys. Just come find me at lunch, or you can schedule an appointment with me. I have a You Can Book Me page, which is Tracy Meilenberg .youcanbook.me, and any of these blue times, you can sign up for an appointment. So I'm happy to see you then. And I think that is it. Take care and have a great day.